waiting on God will work. When God says He has plans for our life, He also wants to equip us for them. The more God has for you, the more responsibility you have to handle. If you are not fully equipped for what He has for you, it will at some point cause frustration. He says to us, "Fear not, for I am with you. Don't be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my right hand." Don't fear. He will strengthen you to move upward and forward in Him. Fear only paralyzes you and stops your progress. God will help you fight and win. He knows the plans He has for you and how to put them into motion. Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. God does not always do things in our timing. It's never instant. When God spoke to Joseph, He showed him that he would be a leader, but it took 13 to 17 years before it happened. At any part of the journey, Joseph could have taken things in his own hands, operated in the flesh, and tried to bring the promise to pass. If he had broken out of prison before Pharaoh had called for him, he would have been a fugitive, hunted by the king. He would never have fulfilled God's promise and become second in charge if he tried to make it happen himself. Waiting on the Lord requires faith.
Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They will run and not get weary. Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They will walk and not get weak. Rise up and fly with the wings of an eagle. Renew your strength in the Lord. Rise up and fly with the wings of an eagle. Encourage yourself in His word.
If you don't have faith, you will never survive. When God gives you a prophetic word, it won't be in your way or your timing. God's ways are not our ways. Abraham was given a promise that he would have a baby. But as he and his wife Sarah got older, they couldn't see how it could possibly happen. We may feel that time is slipping by for us. Sarah gives up on the promise and she says, "Take my maid and have a baby with her." And Ishmael was born of the flesh. The worst mistake you could make is to try to help God fulfill His promise for you. This takes you out of the spirit realm and into the flesh. When Abraham didn't wait for God's promise, it loosed an enemy on the earth that would forever harass and try to destroy what God was going to birth. Even today, the greatest conflict on earth is the war between the seed of Ishmael and the seed of Isaac. Ishmael was born of the flesh, Isaac was born of the spirit, and they cannot abide together.
Let your presence fill this place. Let us see you face to face. In the light of your holiness, we stand broken. In the light of your holiness, we stand open to do your will with our whole life.
Don't move in unbelief and move in the flesh and try to bring about God's promise. If you birth an Ishmael in the flesh, it will harass what God wants to do in your spirit in the future. God does not need your help to bring about His promise, but it does take us waiting on God in difficult times. You may be feeling that frustration today. You know you have a promise, but it hasn't been fulfilled yet. Don't try and do it in your own strength. Wait on God. Keep them in His hands. Walk it out by faith. God will shift things. Trust God even with a closed door. He opens and closes doors. We don't know all the whys and what is next, but He does. And as our shepherd, He will lead us, even when we don't like where we are at. Don't take your eyes off God's ability. He works all things together for good. Wait on Him.